Hello everyone, this is Berg Productions here with a rant on veganism. Why am I ranting on veganism? For one, being a vegan does not automatically mean you're healthy. A lot of examples will be brought up, and I will debunk the baseless studies that People for Ethical Treatment of Animals always brings up to convince the audience to abandon meat. You must remember that this is not a personal attack to every vegetarian or vegan, but to debunk the vegans that shove their objective viewpoints. Yes, there are vegetarians and vegans that do not object to people that eat meat as long as the meat eaters do not shove their viewpoints down our throats. And I will give those people respect as long as they can respect my opinion on eating meat. To each their own. However, there are people that say no not only to meat, but to any animal fat bar none. Worse, these type of people are justifying sugar as a means for energy and even say it's alright to stir-fry vegetables in cooking oil. Why is this a bad thing? Because most junk foods are not only high in sugar, but also made with hydrogenated oil and a starch. Sugar is sugar. Starch turns into sugar, and hydrogenated oil does not digest well. Newsflash for vegetarians and vegans. The human body is not meant to digest oil. What about olive oil and coconut oil? I'm sorry, but the olive oil you see on shelves contains oxygen. Also, heating with olive oil and coconut oil causes the oil to be even more rancid than the time it took to process before shipping to market. When you heat with any oil, it produces a nasty chemical called acrylamides, which is carcinogenic and can promote inflammation. I'm not stereotyping vegans because there are all sorts of vegans out there. There are vegans that love fruits and vegetables and supplement to get their essential fatty acids. There are vegans that love sugar, processed or complex from fruit, and of course starch. Then there are vegans that will eat tofu for a high source of protein when beans, potatoes, and peanuts are a more natural source of protein without affecting their hormones. Why is tofu bad? Number 1. A person said to me that tofu tastes like extremely bland cheese. Number 2. Most tofu is made from soy that is not fermented. Why is it essential for soy to ferment? Number 1. It makes the soy more tolerable. Number 2. Unfermented soy can lead to tremendous hormonal problems from a chemical called phytoestrogen. Why is this bad? Because if a man eats unfermented soy in the long run, the phytoestrogen will screw with his hormones, which can make him lose his manhood. So for the men that want to be vegan, avoid tofu at all times. Not only can phytoestrogen affect men negatively, but it can affect women negatively too. They can be more irritable, lethargic, and perhaps affect their reproductive system. Like I said, vegans are better off eating beans, potatoes, or peanuts for protein. You can apparently get protein from quinoa as well, so that's a good thing. Veganism is a lot more complicated than vegetarianism because at least with vegetarians, they don't eat meat, but they'll still eat some sort of animal fat. With veganism, there is no cholesterol in the diet. Now some of you are thinking that it's a good thing that there is no cholesterol in the diet. Well, here's the problem. Cholesterol is necessary for hormone production. For example, cholesterol helps a man produce a natural form of testosterone. Cholesterol helps a woman produce a natural form of estrogen. If you take away cholesterol from the diet completely, it can cause many health problems. The brain is composed of fat mainly. Taking away cholesterol can negatively impact the brain and increase the risk for degenerative diseases like Parkinson's disease, dementia, Lou Gehrig's disease, and Alzheimer's disease. For the vegans saying that all animal fats kill because they clog arteries do not have the facts together. Fact is, animal fats not only help signal a hormone in the brain called leptin, but also animal fats can cut an individual's appetite in the long run. Leptin is a hormone that tells your brain that your body has had enough nutrients as opposed to the hormone called ghrelin. Ghrelin is a hormone that tells you when you are hungry. So if you were to eat sweets that were entirely composed of sugar, the ghrelin hormone goes through the roof. For those vegans that eat empty calories rather than fruits and vegetables, your leptin will not be active at all. Like I said earlier, I respect vegetarians and vegans that do not shove their objective viewpoints down the throats of carnivores or, in my case, omnivores. I also respect them for preserving the lives of animals, but there are certain animals that you cannot keep as pets. Cows, deer, buffaloes. You can try to keep chickens, ducks, and turkeys as pets, which is what I'm doing. You can try to keep pigs as pets, but that can be expensive and messy compared to birds. I do not condone killing dogs, cats, guinea pigs, or even rabbits. Yeah, hard to believe that I personally would not kill rabbits for meat. For any of you vegans that want to crack at me for standing up for the carnivores and omnivores, go ahead. The biggest problem I have with either vegetarians or vegans are that they are saying meat increases the risk of Alzheimer's disease. But eating red meat rare or medium rare actually helps decrease the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Also, eating animal fats, fruits, and vegetables can slow down the aging process. Let's compare photos of two celebrities. First, Bob Barker, a game show host that turned vegetarian in 1979. This was Bob Barker back when he was a meat eater. This is Bob today. Now to another TV personality, Hugh Downs. This was Hugh Downs back in 1963. This is him in February of 2016. Notice that he's 95 years old, but he doesn't look a day over 75 years old. What is the difference between the two? Bob Barker is a vegetarian, and Hugh Downs is an omnivore. Barker suffered numerous afflictions since he quit eating meat in 1979, while Downs hardly gets sick. Examples? In 1982, Bob Barker suffered his first affliction with a sciatica. 1991, Bob suffered a stroke while exercising. In 1999, he had a partially blocked carotid artery, which could have led to another stroke. In 2002, Bob suffered another stroke while getting some sun, then later that year underwent prostate surgery. During his final years on The Price is Right, Bob Barker was afflicted with skin cancer. In 2010, Bob suffered from dehydration and was hospitalized. In 2015, Bob suffered an injury and was hospitalized once again. So yes, him not eating meat and possibly eating empty calories led to his afflictions. Hugh Downs? You don't hear anything about Hugh Downs having health problems. Hugh Downs not only eats meat, but he eats eggs, butter, vegetables, fruits, and perhaps dairy products. Yet his memory is pretty sharp and he don't even look like he's 95 years old. So for you vegans that are bent on getting carnivores and omnivores to give up meat, we will not give up eating meat. I know not all vegans are like this, but for those that say animal fats kill are worse than the people that eat only meat and starch. For those vegans that hate meat eaters in general, grow up. Not everyone will conform to preserving the life of animals. We need our amino acids and essential fatty acids to keep our brain functional. We need protein for strength in our muscles. Also, men like me need testosterone. Animal fats help produce testosterone. I hope you vegans out there understand why I made this video. You can raise the red flag, scream, cry, and argue, but I will not budge. We will continue eating meat while watching you vegans go insane. For you vegans that want to live a long time and still refuse to eat animal fats, simply supplement and eat seeds that contain essential fatty acids, like pumpkin seeds. Anyway, this is Berg Productions with a rant on vegans. Thank you and good day.